we got like a lot of cornerbacks going into free agency, right?
Yep.
So we've been talking about draft a corner, this and that, re-sign Verrett, but why is no one talking about like the void in the slot in our defense when K1 Williams is gonna probably walk because he's too expensive?
That's a good question. So what is the plan at nickel? K1 Williams going to leave probably because he's too expensive and Jimmy Garoppolo is going to take the money. Jamar Taylor tore his ACL. DJ Reed's
Yeah,
on the Seahawks. What is the plan there? I mean, if the Niners want to run the same defense that Robert Saleh was running, you need a weapon there. But I don't know if
exactly.
they have this new senior defensive guy, James Betcher. What's his philosophy? How does he use Nickelback? I don't even know, man. But it seems to me they need to at least they need a starting outside corner next to
Mhm.
Verrett. They need a nickel. They need a strong safety. Now,
Yeah,
now they could Mosley. They could bring back Mosley. Maybe he's a nickel back, but
I
it's
don't
kind of
know.
like a super backup, not necessarily a starting caliber. I think
Mhm.
that's not the best option to start Mosley at the nickel. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know about So we got this guy Parnell Motley that was really good for on the Bucks practice squad last year.
That's
I'm
right.
not sure I don't know how good he is, but I guess he's one of our options since we let DJ Reed go.
I bet they draft a guy in round 5 just where they drafted DJ Reed 2-3 years ago. I bet they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you think they'll let Tarvarius Moore have the starting spot at safety, or do you think they'll bring in competition?
I think they'll bring in competition. I wouldn't even rule out re-signing Jaquaski Tart because I think if the cap had gone up and there had been no pandemic, there'd be a market for Tart. I think a lot of teams would look at him as a quality starting safety who that they would give 7-8 million a year to. But now a late guy in his late 20s who misses roughly 6, 8, 10 games a year. What's the market for that? I mean, those to me are the players that are going to get squeezed out in the open market because the cap's going down. And he might say, if all I'm going to get is a 1-year deal, maybe I'll stay on the team that I know that knows me. I can and I can maintain my high value being an embedded starter on a top 5 defense. Maybe that's the best move for me. Maybe he could come back for
Oh,
a 1-year deal, 3 million. I think that he's Tart's interesting. It's not like he's the kind of guy who wants to move to Miami, he's like a fisher. He likes to spend time in Utah. He may just want, a little the Niners to say, we want you, not here's all the money in the world. Tart's interesting, but yeah, they're going to need to bring some competition. But I think he's a good player. He's a good player.
yeah. So like you're saying like a 1-year deal, and then he can break the bank next year if
Yeah, I
he
think
can
so. I
keep
think
his
a lot of
value up.
these older vets coming off an injury, something like that, 1-year deal, try to hit free agency again next year when the cap goes back up.
Yeah, and I got like a hypothetical for you. So,
Sure.
you see when the Texans asked for Deshaun Watson, they asked for a return of 2 defensive starters, 2 firsts and 2 seconds, right?
Is that what they said?
So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they said.
Okay.
So, do you think this would get it done? Do you think so? Greenlaw, Kinlaw, 2 firsts and 2 seconds, so we can trade Kinlaw while he still has some value because I don't know if he's ever going to take the next step as a pass rusher. He was a
I don't think
first
so.
round pick.
Hold on. What would you rather take if you were Houston? That or Miami's offer of 2 firsts this year, first next year, and Tua?
I mean, they specifically asked for defensive players, so that's why. Like
Well,
in their request, they said,
if
yeah,
that's the case, yeah, I don't think that Kinlaw has a ton of value, but maybe he does. I mean, Tua doesn't have a ton of value. Look, I'm not gonna. It's very clever. Let me think about it. I like it. I like it.
yeah.
All right, man.
All
Thanks for
right,
coming on the show.
man.